And I want to first of all get your perspective on the recent demand and supply dynamics, maybe starting with the demand side and the foreign investor interest in our market. We've seen volumes moderate recently. Your thoughts on the interest we're seeing going into this week?
Good morning, Wole. Thank you very much for having me. This week we saw something different from last week. There was a lull last week in activities and foreign investors were out. But this week they came in yesterday with increased demands in the first tier names, the top tier names like Nigerian Breeze, Nestle, and First Bank and Zenith Bank. We were thinking that there was going to be a winding down to the end of the year last week, but to contrary, they put all expectations down and then they came back this week for more. I think there was some kind of bargain hunting going on in there, trying to find good bargains with these lower prices that we had. But the locals are still mainly sellers.
And on the supply side, we're seeing the likes of, like I mentioned earlier, Nestle Nigeria, Nigerian Breeze. Nestle Nigeria in particular fell under 600 Naira yesterday. And your perspective on who is selling, because I know that those are counters that attract a lot of foreign investors.
I think it's local selling and international buying, but the truth is the buying is not going to be aggressively at any price like we were seeing 2 months, 3 months ago. It has come to a price where increased demand is there, but nobody's going to buy at increased levels. The locals are selling, they're comfortable with some level of profit taking. If you are taking a position from the beginning of the year, then you can buy, you can sell now. But the internationals are still buyers in that name.
All right, MPC, your thoughts on how this is likely to impact our markets? I think the consensus view is that there's not going to be any change in the rate. It's probably going to stick at 12%.
That's our outlook too, that the MPC is going to stay flat and we're not going to see any kind of effect of that decision on the equities market for now.
All right, and then let's move on to, should I say, other sectors. Small cap companies, where do you see interest right now? Or is it, I know you deal a lot with some of the foreign investors. Are we seeing any interest at all from foreign investors in some small to mid cap companies? Or are they still focused on the large banks and of course the large conglomerates?
They have very good interest in some mid cap pharmaceutical companies like GSK and some other mid-tier banks, Diamond Bank, not only the large cap, where they can do some diamond in the rough. They're taking some position in those names.